Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. What's going on, everybody? How we doing? Another day. Who's ready to get after? I'm ready to get after it today. I got leads coming in. We're running a new PPC campaign. We're doing SMS. I'm going to be doubling up on my systems. If you guys aren't already signed up for SMS, you got to get with the best team for SMS. It's Easy REI. Mike Martin's Easy REI is the best SMS system in the game right now, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not already set up, shoot me a DM and I can connect you. Let's see some love in the chat from Mike Martin and Easy REI. How many of us are using Mike's system right now and ripping? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mike Martin. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm about to get 2 more systems today. We doubling up. Listen. Bora, bora. Rapaziada. Closing next week. Let's go. You know what I haven't done lately? I haven't been posting on my Instagram that we've been going live. I've just been kind of been taking some time to be in real life, you know? Got a closing next week. Let's go. Listen, I want to be here for you guys. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I can share from my experience. We got power players in the room today. We got the man, the myth, the legend, the owner of Apex Business Blueprint in the house, in the crowd today. I know he's smiling today. He's feeling good. Oh, there he comes. Let's go. We got Dan, the
How are we doing
man.
this morning, John?
Oh, fantastic, Dan. Fantastic.
You sound fantastic.
I am fantastic. I am fantastic.
Hey, you know what? I was very impressed by your Portuguese yesterday.
Really?
Very impressed. I was very impressed that you were able to step in like that and just start talking. Yeah, that is Mr. Marcio there. It was very impressive, John.
Wow.
John can really speak Portuguese, guys. He can really speak that language.
I really do this,
He can really
James.
speak that. He really speaks that language. He really speaks multiple languages.
I do. And you know, I was seeing Adam
And,
in the
and and
call.
I've heard this man speak Spanish. I've heard him speak English. Obviously, I've heard him speak. He really can do it, man. It's crazy.
It
That
is.
really is crazy. I was very impressed.
Wow. Well, man,
Very impressed.
I'm thoroughly blessed, you know, to just have this ability, um, and it's something I'm just so passionate about. I love to learn new languages, and it's not something that I want to stop doing, you know. And when you take yourself out of an environment where you have to speak the language, you know, it gets more difficult because then you have to be consciously trying to practice, and you know how difficult that is to set aside time to do something like that. Whereas, you know, if you're in the environment, you can just flow and speak. So I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful I could help. Hopefully, Marcio got a chance to sign up. Did he get a chance to sign up with your CRM?
Yeah, we're gonna see how it goes. We'll see how it goes for him, and hopefully we'll be able to work out a long-term relationship there. And hopefully he'll be a long-standing customer with us. So yeah, we're gonna try to see how we can customize his platform for him, and you know, have him closing deals left and right. That's the goal. That's the goal. So
That's fantastic.
good conversation, really easy guy to work with.
Fantastic. Yeah, it was a pleasure to meet him yesterday, and speak some
That was a shot in
Portuguese.
the dark, dude. I had no idea. I had no idea if you were gonna be able to come on. I had no idea if you were gonna be able to speak. I was just like, I was like, I'm just gonna shoot John a message and see how this works. John jumped straight on the call, jumped in there, just started translating off the rip. That was very impressive. Very cool.
Awesome. It was fun.
Very impressed.
Yeah. I really do this. I really do this. That's what
He
I'm
really does
saying.
do it, guys. He
I
really does do it.
really,
He's not
you know,
not just
I
playing.
I don't talk, you know, I really don't talk too much. I used to talk a lot But really, I don't talk too much. Now I just let what I do talk for me now. I just do what I gotta do, and I get the results I gotta get. And I don't know, man. I'm trying to find this balance of talking and leading and just doing shit. I just want to do more. At the end of the day, I appreciate it, Marcio. I appreciate it. If you
Yeah,
have any
Marcia was
questions,
very impressed as well.
yeah.
He was very impressed. Yeah.
It's not every day you'd expect someone like me to be speaking Portuguese, huh?
It definitely, yeah, it's definitely not something you'd expect for sure. That is for sure.
Oi, vilão. Bom dia. Boa tarde. Boa tarde. Vilão, vilão. AB, we got AB in the audience. That man is not coming up to the stage. Mr. Bob is not here. Mr. Riley is not here. But we're all here today.
Mr. Riley's been AFK. He's been AFK for a while.
Mr. Riley has been AFK for a little while. Where are you at, Mr. Riley? We miss you. Actually, I I think I got an idea what Mr. Riley's up to right about now.
Uh,
I think I might have an idea. We need to get an announcement going. Let's get an announcement going. Let's get the stage started. Coffee with closers is live. Hope Bob is okay. We shoot him a message.
just talked to Bob this morning, so he should be all right. Seemed all right.
Oh, good, good,
Yeah, yeah. Everything should be good.
cool. What's going on in your business, Dan? It's been a while since we've talked about what's going on in your operation.
What are we? What operation are we talking about here?
I'm talking
That's the
specifically
key
about your
question.
wholesale operation. Dan is a man with multiple businesses. This guy is not just a real estate guy. He does multiple different businesses, but I'm specifically inquiring about this wholesale real estate venture that you have.
Right now, like we're still doing deals. We actually just closed on a property last week, so we just closed on that, and that's a really big deal. We've been trying to close for 6 months, so we closed on that property, and we will sell it probably in January. We're gonna sell it either next month or in January, either one of the two. Um, yeah, so um, hopefully we'll be able to do a loophole where we can actually sell this property. It was a pre-foreclosure, but we're mostly just we're buying and reselling. So working on an innovation right now with Mr. Dalton Woods at the moment.
Hey,
Potentially a huge innovation in Charlotte, North Carolina.
now is this
Um,
innovation where you're just listing it, or you're going to go in and do some work?
we will do work if necessary, but right now we actually just need to get access inside the property. So we're just going to start off with a situation where we just sign the typical innovation paperwork with the idea to not do any work, but we just need the seller to make up their mind and sign this piece of paper. So but yeah, we're yeah, two very big ones potentially in the pipeline there for Mr. Woods. So they're just a matter of time before we get those on the board and get them done. So, but yeah, I mean, my team right now, no more wholesaling anymore. We don't do cash transactions anymore. We do like I have a team that's doing a few, and we're kind of supply the systems for them to be able to run cash operation. They kind of work inside their own little bubble there, working under us, and they're doing cash deals and still, but my business Apex as a whole is no longer doing quick cash transaction closes. We're doing wholesales, we're doing novations, we're doing fix and flips, small little fix and flip jobs, those kind of things. So
There you go.
getting away from the wholesaling real estate business. We might get back into putting it back up when we feel like the market is shifting more towards an ability to be able to do that. But right now, we're taking our foot off the gas in terms of trying to market for distressed properties for wholesale cash transactions.
Interesting. So Dan's been a big proponent to say, you got to adapt, and he's changing his business model now. He's not going after the cash transactions. You're looking to actually take these down yourself. Now, are you using private money to do this kind of stuff? How are you getting the funding to actually acquire these properties?
Yeah, lending, working with lenders like Bob Sadai, working with working with Gator lenders for the hotels and working with private money. We did close on this property in South Carolina. We closed on it with a private money lender who invested into the property through his Roth IRA fund. And so there's a lot of opportunities out there. There's a lot of people that want to invest and do things in business that, don't really have the time to actually do the business. So, you know, I encourage people to, consistently keep making relationships with people with money, that so that, you can reach out and talk to those people and build those relationships to where they might want to actually invest in your operation, whether that's real estate or whether that's something else. It's it's very important to build relationships and establish yourself as someone who actually knows what they're doing for that particular reason, because the doors of opportunity are much wider as you really start to increase your connection base.
Well, I'm sure that everybody in here can definitely take advantage of this opportunity to get connected and connect with the people that are in the audience and that are in the chat. Let's get connected. Let's talk about where we're at, where we're doing business. I don't think it's been a while since we've gotten like a head count on like where everybody's at, where everybody was at in their business and where they're doing business. Where is everybody doing business right now? Let us know in the side chat. I want to know how I can do business with you. We got several people typing. North Carolina, Virginia, Southwest Florida. Let's go. North Carolina. We got to see when you see somebody else is in your market, send them a friend request. Squat up. Talk about what you're doing. What are they doing? Figure out how you can collaborate. Take this opportunity and leverage it. You guys could be breaking bread doing deals together. Illinois, Jacksonville, Florida. We got a realtor in here. See, the way that I think about this is like somebody tells me they're an agent in a specific market. I'm thinking, okay, maybe I could list one of my novations with them. We can break bread. California. Virtually in Jacksonville. Galveston, Texas. I've looked at a few deals there. Haven't done anything there yet though. Kansas City. Iowa. Wow. I think IA is Iowa. I'm not sure. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Pansy has a team looking to acquire small multifamily in southern Wisconsin. All 50 states. Let's go, AB. Nationwide. I'm also running a nationwide PPC campaign. We're getting some leads coming in on that front, and we're targeting more specific markets with the SMS, more southern markets. Major metro areas, guys, it's the same. Like, I'm looking for high traffic areas, high population count, high transaction volume. That's it. It's really not that difficult.
I saw Mr. Sadai pop in there for a second. Then he popped right back out.
Yeah, he's handling something right now. Midwest and South are the best. I agree. For wholesale transactions, I agree. Trying to put a property under contract today in Houston. Let's go. We had been talking with seller over the phone these last few days. Agreed on taking yesterday to move forward, but she's been unresponsive all day. Got to follow up. Put them in that follow up campaign. Send them a couple text messages. Always ring, ring, no answer. Ring, ring, no answer. Send them a text until they answer. Looking for fix and flips in Riverside, California. Hey, you should connect with Dante. He does a lot of stuff in California. I'm pretty sure Riverside um, is in San Diego or in that area. So he's active there. I'm gonna tag him in the chat, Dante Pena. Jason, it's been a while, man. I know we've been trying to connect here. Feel free to jump on. If you want to chop it up, now is probably the best time. This like 30-minute period is like where I have 30 minutes to chat. After that, my day like goes crazy. Dan and I, we were talking about it, you know, auditing my time. I spend so much time at the barber.
This man spends more time at the barber than anyone I've ever met. Probably not. That's not true. Actually, I'll say that's not true. Not anyone that I've ever met, but he's pretty close. He's pretty close.
AB says not enough time on the phone. Word. RNS, he says. RNS. 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 Mr. Casco, how are you doing today, sir?
Oh, good and rolling, man.
He's blessing us today. He's blessing us today.
What's up?
How are you doing? You doing well?
Man, I've got my coffee. I am walking again after Achilles surgery, so I'm feeling all right.
That's great. That's great. What's going on with your business? Are you doing some deals? Where are you doing deals at, man?
I'm making a little bit of a shift in my business. Going to continue to target all the stuff I regularly do, but I've noticed a few trends in the land space. A lot of the gurus out there are teaching people to go after kind of more rural stuff because you can get it for cheaper, but comps aren't usually as strong, and that stuff takes a while to move. So we've transitioned a little bit to focus on more high density comp areas, so that we know that we're good and we're going to move stuff quicker. And well, I mean, honestly, the deal that me and you did has opened my eyes. There's 2 deals I did last year that just made me realize potential in a space where I don't feel like very many people are. So the deal that me and you did, and then a deal that I did here in Fort Worth, same exact blueprint. And so reflecting back on last year, making a shift into doing more commercial deals. So I just attended Hamza's Flex Space Connect in Austin, the Circuit of Americas, which was pretty good. But what's kind of wild is one of my biggest takeaways is people have no idea how to do the land side, and they all need it. It doesn't matter. Granted, I think multifamily is a bloodbath right now, but whether you're doing single family, multifamily, or any kind of commercial development, it all starts with the land, and as a massive opportunity for us to go get off market deals. I was literally sitting there listening to all these people try to figure out how to go start their development, and all they're doing is looking on Prexy and LoopNet. That's all they know how to do. So lots of opportunity, especially for you wholesalers, to go and start understanding the land space and locking up land deals, because while it shifts all the time, there is still development going on in the right sectors. Right? And flex space is one of those because the cost of development is so low. So understand pivoting your business into the right areas where you're seeing momentum. If you guys are going after commercial stuff specifically, looking for things that it honestly makes sense a lot for a lot of you wholesalers, the already established buildings that have some kind of cash flow that you can make improvements on, I think is a great asset class. And then for those that are looking to sell to developers, making sure that you're going after properties that the cost to develop still makes sense today with today's interest rates and building costs.
That's awesome. So one of the biggest takeaways was just that people don't have the information that they need to go and find these deals. They're only looking on Crexy, and so the advantage of somebody like you is you know how to go and get the deals, go direct to seller, as we've proven in the deal we've done. So how are you planning to replicate that and scale your direct to seller outreach to get more deals under contract and ultimately close more deals?
Yeah, partnerships and collaboration. They are, I don't want to say experts, but most of the education in the space, or the people that are actually doing this stuff, they understand the cost of construction. They understand rent rates. They understand stuff that necessarily, like I don't, because I'm not an expert in that space, but they are. What they are poor at is going and finding the land at a discounted price, right? So what I'm doing, or what I've spent time doing, is understanding each of these commercial assets, what their cost of acquisition needs to be to make it so that their deals will cash flow with current interest rates. And once you have that price, you work your way backwards, right? It's the same way if you guys are wholesaling deals to, let's say, a guy is going to do a fix and flip. Like, you have a general idea of what they need to acquire that house at in order to do the rehab, in order to sell, right? So you're going in and you're trying to build your wholesale price in. It's the same here with land. I understand, based on the asset class and after spending the last few months building up this information, hey, if that guy wants flex space, he's got to be at this price or below, which honestly is basically market value. Their problem is supply. Anybody doing development right now, the problem is supply. So if you're in the land space, man, call the commercial developers, call the individuals who are actually doing these things right now. Call the multifamily guy, although not multifamily right now is again, I don't know if that's the asset class I want to be in, but call the builder, the single family builder, call the flex space guy, call the whatever developments you're seeing pop up, warehouse space, like call those guys and figure out where they need to be, figure out the zoning stuff, and go lock up those deals and make your spread. In particular, the commercial asset space is wild. I mean, I think, John, you've shared before, I think, right? The total assignment you got on that last one, we didn't even put any money in.
Yeah.
You comfortable with me sharing that?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Right. So, from one conversation, a little bit of collaboration, John was able to go lock up a 70. Was it 70,000 even, or a little bit over?
$70,303.50.
Oh, he's got it burned into his mind, right? So that was an assignment to somebody who. I'm saying I'm inaudible.
Nah, we hear you.
Okay. It's someone who's going to develop, and the dollar per acre made sense, or a lot of them look at dollar per square foot. So without even understanding it, we were able to do that. How much more so once you understand what's going to be built in these specific places, what their acquisition dollar per square foot needs to be.
Yeah, and that was the other thing, I thought about was we took an assignment on the deal to assign it over to somebody, but like how much money did we leave on the table by not developing it ourselves?
Well, yeah, that's a different consideration, right? And I changed my mic, so hopefully whoever was saying that's a little bit better. There's, I've been in account management, technical sales, and Dan can probably feed into this as well, right? When you think about like a sales pipeline, you need stuff that is short term, mid term, and long term, right? Because if you only go after short term deals, you're constantly chasing, and stacking these things, and you get kind of stuck on a hamster wheel a little bit. Right now you add in something midterm, and now that stacks because you have a short term and a midterm closing, right? And so like you start getting these kind of stackable things. And now when you add in long term, think 30, 60, 90 plus days, right? So 30, something closing the next month, something closing the next 2 months, something closing in the next, I don't know, 90 to whatever, a year. And when you can start to stack those things is when you start to see consistency of income. So it may make sense to develop, but you got to remember that you're going to be stuck paying on that thing, depending on what you're constructing, for minimum 6 months by the time you get through zoning, permit pulls, all the things that go with that. So typically the way that I look at this is, if I'm going to go after commercial properties, let's do it in terms of 3. The first 2 I want to move and make a giant profit on. Maybe the third one I take some of that profit and I dump it into it, and that's my long-term thing that's churning. And now I'm closing another 3 deals that I'm looking at, right? And so now maybe I close 1, and then the other 2 I'm putting into a deal. But I think of it in terms of 3 deal sets of, I need income today, I need short-term and mid-term stuff while I'm building out the long-term. But the short-term and the mid-term kind of have to come first so that you have the cash to do that with, or unless you find an equity partner or something like that.
Well, I think that's definitely going to be the next move, is trying to find those equity partners so that we have at least the option, to develop these deals if we want to develop the deal. Because I've never done a syndication, but I've heard that you can be paid upfront on a syndication just for syndicating the deal. And then on top of that, you get equity position in the acquisition, and then whatever cash flow, if it's something you hold. I just think that there's so many more opportunities, and I take it as a learning experience that the strategy we knew how to do, something no other wholesaler could have been able to do. That's why I was sitting as long as it did. And then if we were to learn more strategies, the options that we could have would be completely different, and maybe we'd be able to make more over a longer period of time had we known what to do. But I take it as a learning experience. We made good money. We did another deal, add another deal to the belt, reinvest back into the business, and just get to the next deal, get to the next deal, get to the next deal, keep stacking up that war chest. And finally, when that opportunity does come around and I'm in a position where, okay, yeah, I could pull the trigger on this, I'll pull the trigger on it. Simple as that.
Simon was asking about, I am not an agent, Simon, but my wife is, what to do about reaching out to agents who won't present an LOI to clients. If you have a legal contract, they have an obligation, a fiduciary responsibility to present all offers. Now, it's got to be an actual offer. I don't know technically lawfully if that applies to an LOI or not. My suggestion would be go ahead and write a contract, put in whatever safety nets you need, and actually send the offer. They have to present that legally, and if not, you can write them up to the board for an ethics violation.
Also, I want to give a huge shout out to Jules. I see Julian in the audience. Feel free to come up and join us, brother. We just closed on a $32,000. No, it was like 30. It was originally $32,000 assignment. We took care of the additional tax that we didn't foresee for the seller, and we both made out with over 15,000 on the deal. Super huge dub. One of the first JV novation that I've done with the community. Super excited. That was his first novation, and he's just getting started. We're just getting started, guys. We're gonna keep rolling this money back into business, keep marketing. That's literally it. I've been talking to Dan about it. Look, the only way you're gonna get more deals is if you talk to more people. The only way you're gonna reach more people is if you market to more people. So just investing that money, reinvesting that into whatever marketing campaigns, whatever marketing channels you have at your disposal, whether that's PPC, SMS, cold calling, reinvest. Mailers, reinvest. That's what I'm going to be doing. I've been getting more serious about land. I think in this upcoming year is when I'm going to actually start sending out mailers for land, because everybody tells me the same thing. When it comes to land, the best response rate, you're going to get the best response rate sending mail. So that's what I want to do. I'm going to try
what's
SMS.
Ironic, what is ironic, John, is so I'm testing cold calling right now. The only thing I haven't really tested is ringless voicemails for land, but whether you're texting, cold calling, sending mailers, postcards, however you want to do it. Ironically, my like dollar per closed lead tended to be about the same, but the ease in which you did that was vastly different, right? Because if you do texting or cold calling, you typically need dialers and you need a system, and maybe you have VAs calling, depending on how many calls you want to get out per month, and you're having to hop on all the calls. So by the time you consider the overhead, like my closed cost per lead ended up being about $1,500, like true cost. And it seems to range, at least for me, somewhere between $1,500 and $1,800, no matter what the system has been. And I think I know people who do that all in-house where this is cheaper because I outsource a lot of that. But I want to bring up a point that you talked about the different marketing channels. The avatar, the person who responds to each of those different media is vastly different, right? The person who responds to text versus a cold call versus a letter in the mail, that's a different avatar. So what's kind of cool about that is you can be doing, and probably should be doing, all three in some form or fashion, and you could be all hitting the same market, but the person who replied to the text versus answered the call versus responded to the letter are probably going to be different. So that's I think is so unique about that is you can hit all those different avatar types with each type of media and finding the system and kind of that works best for you and your business.
I love it. Jules, good morning, good afternoon.
Good morning. What's going on, guys?
How are you doing today, man?
I'm doing amazing, bro. Thank you. Just wanted to come up here real quick, give a huge shout out to you, John, for helping me with this deal. It was my first novation, and he made it such an easy process. So I appreciate everything you did for me, and I look forward to working with you in the future. Another shout out to Dan, Bob, Jason, AB, all you guys for coming in here day in and day out and giving out free games. So appreciate it. This is awesome community, and there's deals out there. So let's just keep working. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. I love to see it, man. When we get up here and we talk about, we really do this business. There's a lot of people that really don't do this business and that try to sell you on doing this business. We really do this business. We really do this business. We don't have a product. I don't have a course yet. I've thought about it. Should I sell a course? I think people would benefit from it. It would take time away from my business because I really do this business. So I feel like I'd have to sell it for it to be worth my time. But I wouldn't transition my business to let me become a guru and just focus on selling courses, because there are a lot of people in the industry that are just focused on selling courses.
Ugh, especially in the land space, man. Especially, yeah, people trying to sell guru course in the land space is wild. I had a candid conversation, or overheard a candid conversation between one of those gurus and some good friends of mine. And the guy was like, "Yeah, I did 3 deals, but I can make way more selling the course than doing more deals. So I'm just going to do that," which was mind blowing to me.
Yeah. Bob says, really? We really do this business? How would one know if we're really doing this business? Bob, I think we would know if you're really doing this business if somebody were to come up and tell you, thank you for breaking bread. We've had 2 people today come up and express gratitude for doing this business, because we really do this business. We really speak Portuguese. Dan came up and said, damn, John really speaks Portuguese. Yes, I really do this. This is not all talk. This is not let's pretend on Instagram. Let's make our lives be cooler than what they look like in real life. No, go really create a life that you can live, that you are proud of. And I hope that everybody in here takes inspiration from those of us that are actively doing this business and get out and go and do this business. It is not difficult. All right. It is not easy, but it is not impossible. You have all the resources you need to be successful here. You're in proximity with all the right people. Any of the questions you could possibly have, somebody in here's got an answer. Dan said this the other day on Instagram, and it hit me. It was, whatever you want, I promise you, it's available. It is. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm ready to get to it. I hope that you're all ready to get to it. Jason, how you feeling? You ready to get to it?
Heck yeah, man. There's a saying that I give people in this business. It's exactly what you just said, summed up, right? This business is simple. It's not easy.
Business
Right?
is
The
simple.
formula, it's easy to replicate. It's simple, but it takes effort and it takes work and it takes discipline. And that's why my receding hairline has gotten this high up.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, have a terrific Tuesday. I will see you all tomorrow bright and early, and we will get to it. Let's get to this money. Send somebody that link today, discord.gg/REI Rev. or tell them to go to reirev.com. Remember, this is the #1 most valuable real estate community in existence. We got all the heavy hitters here. We have an interview today with David Dodge. Come and join us for that interview. That is at 4 or Eastern, 4 p.m. Eastern. You don't want to miss it. If we can drop the link in the chat, we'll get the link in the chat. I'm going to tag everyone.
Oh,
Discord
and
.ag.
if not everybody, if people didn't see my post on yesterday in the chat, where I'm opening up my calendar again this week for free 30-minute consultations for your business or deals or anything you want to talk about. So I'm gonna drop my link there. Book a call with me. Don't waste my time though. That's all I gotta say. If you're gonna book a call with me, don't waste my time. Make sure you show up to the call, and really have something that you really want to talk on, or a struggle that you're going through in your business right now, so that we can get that resolved. Don't waste my time. Come in with certainty, but don't be afraid to click the link. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I don't really know what I would ask, so I'm afraid to click the link. Well, listen, if you guys haven't done a deal, if you haven't moved forward in your business, if you're stuck, if you're stagnant, then you need to be booking the call. You need to be clicking the link, because there's a reason that you're stagnant. There's a reason that you're not moving forward. So it's not about, you don't have to be an expert to click the link to come in to ask some expert related question. You just have to be a person that really wants to change their life. That's all you have to do. So it's all you have. That's the only qualification to book a call with me, is you have to be a really dedicated person that really wants to change their life. Hop on the call, spend 20 minutes, 30 minutes with me. Let's figure out how we can help you, resolve whatever it is that you're doing inside of your business right now.
Dan, can I give a piece of advice to people bringing deals?
Sure.
Guys, come with a little bit of homework. Even if you're wrong, put forth an effort. Like if you're going to come bring him a deal, or I have hundreds of messages in my inbox right now of deals where people just give me the vaguest information. Come with the deal, come with your best due diligence, come with comps, like come show that you actually put forth an effort, so we have a starting point. These don't exist for us to do all the work for you. They exist to help coach you through the process. And if you have no starting point, there's nothing to really coach you through, where you're just using us as an information source. And frankly, that takes up too much of our time.
You heard it here first, folks. Do your homework. Eat
Don't
your
just send
vegetables.
Jason a land address.
I don't even get that sometimes. They're like, you interested in this parcel? And it's like a picture of a piece of dirt. I'm like, dude, where is this? What's the price point? Like, what are the comps? This is like, give me something.
And don't miss the interview today. It's going to be a good one. This one's going to be one.
Don't miss it.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
I'm gonna
Sign
have
up
to
with
miss
Dan.
it. I'm sorry.
That's all right, Dan. I forgive you.
I'm gonna have to miss it. I apologize. But everybody else, if you haven't done a deal, you better not fucking miss this interview.
Don't miss it.
You better not miss it. Listen.
All right, y'all. Have a great day. I love y'all for real. I appreciate you. This is the #1 most valuable real estate community in existence, and we will catch you in the next one. Take care. Stay blessed.